Got the beanie on because it's freezing out here this morning. Just making a coffee. Had a little bit of rain last night. Windy as. I got the tent. Our air mattress in here got a hole in it, so we slept on the floor all night. We're in Lithgow. Going to do a couple good little tracks this morning, and we're probably going to head home today because there's no point being here sleeping on the floor yet again. This is our trusty little camp spot. Every time we come here it seems to be free, which is good. People leaving rubbish around as per usual. I'll pick some of that up. Beautiful. We had all that rain not long ago and some late last night. There's just the two of us and there's still heaps of room. You could still drive around in here, have a big fire. So near the mine, which is just back there, there's the little flexi track with the rock and stuff in it. We're doing this little section first. It's old Bell's line of road, I think it's called. We went to go in the opposite end. It was actually closed. This is the only way you could get in to the Nunes or Lithgow area this weekend. So that's why we're gonna just start down here. You gotta go drive past this anyway, so we might as well drive it. Yeah, well, that's a nice little step. We always went the other way to begin with. But we thought we'd give that one a crack. It's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. Start the day, warm up track, see what else we can find, eh? Last time we went, that Lost City was closed, one of the entries. But so anyway, we went the main way into the Lost City this time, which also gave us the opportunity to do Ranger's Bob, or partial part of Ranger's Bob. We're always good at doing this. We always do a little bit of the track that we see on YouTube or something, and then don't realise that there's more of the track past it. So we did pretty much half of Ranger's Bob the first half. We didn't do the second bit. Interesting little track. That rain we had, it was enough to make traction just that little bit harder. Just had to give it a little bit more to get through. This step was a little bit slipperier than I thought. Not having a spotter made it a bit more difficult, so I just backed out and took the left-hand line as it was the first real big obstacle of the day. We'd also, the multiple times we've been to Lithgow, we've never had a chance to go to the glowworm tunnel and have a quick little look. We went down, had a little drive through the tunnel. It's actually a pretty cool little spot if no one's ever been. There is a glowworm walk at the end. We had the little kids, so we didn't bother. There was like 25 cars there, it was so busy. So every time we have been to Lithgow, we know there's a little washout. It's pretty close to Moon Rock. As you go past Moon Rock heading back in towards Lithgow, it's like on your left down in there. It's deep, flexy. It's a cool little spot just to test out your suspension, have a little go. Gemma's never actually driven it before. She was like, oh, you reckon I'll be right to do it? And I went, yeah, you're not gonna go nowhere, you're inside the washout. Yeah, so I sort of peer pressured her a little bit to go in and do it. And she still had the front sway bar in, so wasn't gonna flex as good in the front, but it still moved pretty good. Lifted a couple little wheels here and there, but wasn't that bad. We actually still have, we got the stock arms back in because the bushes in the good radius arms we got shot. So we've got to replace them, that way she can disconnect the sway bar every time she goes out again. And from here is where the day got out of hand. We decided to do Alibaba's cave. Never been there, always wanted to go have a look at it. Tell you what, it's a steep, gnarly track. You don't realise how steep it is on camera. The rocks are very loose, and because it is so steep, there's not a whole lot of traction from here anyway. Anyway, we went down. We didn't film a whole heap going down or back up because of what happened. We thought going down, I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome when we go back up to get heaps of good filming, because it's such a wild little sequence you've got going there for 500 to 800 sort of meters. We got down, I got to the major section of the major rocks section, pretty close to the end. Got past that and I hit a rock with my front diff, like just the housing, just softly, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll reverse back. Because it's so loose and hard to get traction, as I've gone to get back, it's just grabbed and it just chewed a couple teeth in the diff.
You're at.
The sound of it wasn't great. I was kind of hoping it was a CV, but it wasn't. We spent an hour or two down the bottom. I was just pulling CVs out, making sure it wasn't them.
So what happened?
I think I broke a CV.
I hope you broke only a CV.
This little one. I've got spares, so it's okay. But this looks great. Maybe the other CV.
Looks alright.
Yep. Yep.
You're gonna tell everyone like what the track was like coming down?
Oh, down at Alibaba's cave. He's insane.
I was not expecting that.
No,
I was expecting like a little bit of like steep, but not anything like it was.
I'm no mechanic. All I know is she rooted.
What's your ETA of us getting to the top?
Oh.
It's 3:52, so it'll be about 4 o'clock by the time we get in the car and drive.
3:52, 4 o'clock. Could be midnight. Could be an hour.
And how far is our house from here?
About 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours, so we got a good drive.
Just a little drive.
But yep, 100% diff center, which is very annoying because now I'm going to have to get new ring gears. I might try and get some nitro gear ones. I think it's nitro gear are the ones that are the tougher ones. I've got no tail shaft in. I've taken the drive flanges off here, my hub assembly, and then I've gone back and forth and nothing, no clanking. That center's not spinning, which means it's diff center. Bad news, but hey, here's what it is. 4:20 and we're at the bottom of Ali Baba's cave, and we've still got to get up and get through all this hard bit up here. It's gonna be pretty wild. I'm just pretty much gonna winch the entire thing. I don't want to break anything more now. Wouldn't say conquering Ali Baba's cave, but
I mean, we made it.
I haven't got back yet. Did what I had to do, and then the hard bit came, was getting back up the top of the hill in two-wheel drive. Gemma in the 79, she done I think 1 or 2 winches just to get past, because we're like, we don't really want to break anything now. We've already got a broken car that we've got to get back up the top. It took us about 3 hours to winch from that rock step to the top. It was well dark by the time we got out.
What's this number winch? One. Winch number 2.
So once you get through the hard rock section, you've got pretty much 150, 200 meters of just sheer rock face that you've got to go up, and there's no trees. There's no trees you can winch off. It's just open. So what we had to do is drive the 79 up, and then I was winching off that. The first step was so steep and so undercut. When I was winching off the 79, I was actually pulling the 79 backwards. Even when I was giving it a bit of drive, it just didn't want to grab and get up. So what we ended up having to do was I'd winch, get to the point, and I pretty much told Gemma once I got the front up, we both just started to having to drive, and I had to just punch it as hard as I could. It is a wild track. I will be going back to try and do it again. And that was pretty much the whole hill. Winch, reset, 79 drives a bit, winch, reset, just kept going. We just kept trying to drive as much as we could and taking the easiest possible lines. But overall, would not recommend doing Ali Baba's cave in two-wheel drive. Don't do it in two-wheel drive. This was just a quick little weekend trip that we planned out. We planned it out Thursday afternoon or Friday morning, I can't remember when. It was pretty much just jump in. We punched it up Friday night. Because our airbed went flat, we decided to punch it home Saturday night. So we pretty much just did one day in Lithgow. I hope you enjoyed another one of our little adventures, and hit that little subscribe button. You got another 6-stage video coming probably next week, if not maybe the week after. I've just gone and done 6-stage. I got the diff all fixed within 2 days when I got back. So that had a brand new diff put in it. And then the first shakedown run was 6-stage. So I've just done 6-stage on the weekend. Subscribe so you don't miss out on this 6-stage video coming.